Hi everyone, it's Tanya here with Karen Burniston Dies. Yes, I know you expected me to say something else, but did you know that the amazing pop-up die designer Karen Burniston and I joined forces about 3 years ago, and now we have a company called KB Riley. So Karen is a genius designer, and she creates these amazing pop-up dies. And once you use them, they're very simple. But people like me, who is not a designer of dies, I was kind of a little bit intimidated. So I thought, what would happen if I did a little video series and showed it to you from my perspective and how crazy easy these dies are. Well, I did one before, and it was the beautiful photo collage pop-up fall design. If you have not seen it, go out and find it. It is so simple and so beautiful. But this time, we're going to tackle something completely different, and it's amazing. So hang on and let me get my phone situated. All right. Whoops, sorry. Dropped you a little bit. All right. Today, I am going to walk you through how to make this gorgeous pop-up card. Okay? With the front, it's absolutely beautiful. And you open it up. And this is called a pivot panel. Do you see how it pivots? And you are not going to believe how easy this is. You aren't even going to believe it. I'm going to walk you through the basic steps. Obviously, we cannot do a pop-up card that looks like this in 20 minutes. However, I can show you how to do the mechanism in less than 5, and it's going to blow your mind. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 folds, I believe, maybe 6, and 6 places to glue, and that's it. That's how easy this is. So before we get into that, I'm going to go through our specials. I know. I sit here and play with them for a little while after I'm done. I know, I'm easily entertained. Okay, so our specials for this time are, just like last time, everything I used to make this card is going to be in our sale category, and they're 20% off to give you a little jump start on making something fun. So those dies are our Evergreen pivot panels, okay? And they come with all of these adorable little decorator dies. You have 2 little trees and snowflakes and a bow and stars. So everything you need to make a really cute card. I also used our border blends. Now, if you haven't seen the border blends, I'll show those to you in depth in a little while, but that's what makes this little trim piece right here. These are fantastic. 3 dies make all of these borders, and I'll show you how. It's super easy. I also used the birthday sayings for the 2U part right here. I also used word set 3 holiday that has all of these sayings, and that was on the fronts. And for the rectangle on the fronts, I used the Rockin' Rectangle Pop-Up. Now, if you have any kind of scalloped rectangle, you can use it. Please feel free to use it. This is just, Karen loves to design dies that build on each other. So the more KB Riley, Karen Burniston dies you have, the more stuff is in your arsenal to add to your cards. Okay, but wait, that's not all. So all of these are 20% off in our sale category. However, as I mentioned, building, once you figure out how to use the Evergreen panel, which is so easy, the Evergreen pivot panel, look here. We've also made heart pivot panels, and it builds the exact same way. The exact same way, same mechanism, just difference. It's the same, but different. The next one is the flower pivots. Is that not adorable? The next, we have all aboard a train. Are you kidding me? A train pivot panels. And you can put anything in these little cars you want. Any little animals, anything. You want to deliver a whole bunch of Christmas presents? Put presents in there. And then we have gifts to go with it. Okay, gift pivot panels works the same way. The die is the same. And she also has, for everybody's reference, one of our key components of our dies is to make them user-friendly. And on each of the pop-up dies, you will see there are instructions on the panel or on the package, but that's not all. Every time you go into our website and you find a pop-up die, there's an instruction video on there that Karen has created herself. I am a fanatic about Karen's videos. I cannot begin to tell you how wonderful they are. She has got this knack for teaching that makes it so simple. And trust me, I use them. And sometimes I have to watch them 2 or 3 times and I can pause them and then I know exactly what I'm doing. It's fantastic. And the last one is the house pivot panels. Isn't that adorable? Can you imagine those in all little gingerbread houses? Aw, I think I'm going to have to make one. But so all of these pivot panels work the exact same way as the one I'm going to show you today. And they are also all on sale. 20% off everything in the sale category. So you are going to love it. So let's get started with this one today. And it's very simple. So I'm going to kind of break it down. So here's your die. Okay. And in this die, she also includes lines to tell you where to fold. Okay. These are your fold lines. So you have cut lines and fold lines. And by that, I mean, so here's just the die that I just basically cut. All right. And I don't know if you can see that. I hope so. But there's a little line there, a little scored line there, scored line there, scored line there, scored line there. That's as easy as it is. So once you get done, you're going to have something that works like this. Now, you want to see how easy that is to do? I look at this and I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't do it. Yes, you can. It's very simple. Okay. So first of all, we're going to find the little score lines and we're just going to start. Fold them over. And I normally do it front and back just to kind of work it a little bit. It helps your card move better. So the next one, I'm going to fold. Okay. And then we're going to do these two, these little guys. They're going to fold too. It's all that line. Now this is a little line right here. So you kind of have to take this one just a little bit more carefully. There we go. Normally I get it bent over and then I squeeze it. And if it doesn't get perfectly on that line, it's okay. So then the next one is our center. Okay, we're going to fold that forward. So everybody's with me, right? All we're doing right now is folding. You guys can do that, right? All right. And then I'm going to do this and do this. While I'm folding, this is the same line. I'll tell you, I told Karen that I wanted to create a video series. See, this one's just a little bit more challenging because it's a little fold line with little pieces. You just fold it over. Okay. And then fold this one over and that one over, and all we have left is the end. They're exactly the same on both sides. Okay. But I told Karen that I wanted to create a video series for dummies, pop-up dies for dummies, because that's what I feel like when I look at a die. It's like, I could never do that. And then she's got a massive following and they just love it and they can do everything. And yeah, not me. I've got to see instructions on YouTube or something. So now we have all of our folds going. So now the key is just to figure out which way it bends, right? Which is going to come front and which is going to come back. Here's the scoop. I had to figure out a way so I could remember. You're going to put your finger through it, and if you can see your knuckle, you have it folded the right way. If you put your finger through it and you can't see your knuckle, wrong way. So we're going to go back and we're going to fold it this way. And then if you just take it and squeeze it in, just like that, it's going to bend on its own. See what I did there? See how easy that is? Okay, let's go back over that. See how that works? Easy peasy, right? So again, when it's flat, we want to see our knuckle. I have no idea why. I just attach little things I can remember. I can see my knuckles, so I know it's the right way. These little pieces, you don't have to worry about bending because they'll bend on their own. So you just take it and just squeeze it in. Take your finger out. Now, do not worry if it doesn't look square. It's not supposed to, okay? Not supposed to. So now, we're ready to attach this. That's all there is to it. There's your bendy part. All right, so we are going to, here's the card that I did. So we'll open that up. All right, so I just did a little preface. Now you want a card that is at least 4 3/4 wide. All right, which is an A2 card sideways. Okay, or you can do a 5x7 or 6x6. Okay, so we're going to open this up. I think I have it upside down. Okay, there we go. We're going to open this up. Let me move this out of the way for you. You can find all of this stuff on KarenBurniston.com. Okay, I don't think I told you guys that. So now we're going to flatten this back out and just align it with our center line. So our center here goes with our center line. Easy peasy. I'm going to take this end piece and just fold it back. So all I see are my 2 little tabs. Now, you guys know I love zip dry. If you've ever watched any of my videos, I love, love, love zip dry. Zip dry is not good for this because it lets you move it. Remember how zip dry lets you move? We want something that dries quickly, and we want something that just puts a little bitty bit of glue on it. Okay, this is the Karen Burniston Fine Tip bottle. Can you see how much I use it? This is amazing. You get a little bitty 18 gauge tip. We're just going to squeeze out a little bit of glue here and a little bit of glue here. And then all we're going to do is just tuck those under. Okay. And of course, it's not working. Now, if there's somebody that can make a mess out of glue, that would be me. Every single time I can make a mess. And I'm just going to hold those in place. And I'm going to come back over here. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these 2 little tabs. Okay. Just like that. And I know you know what to do. We're just going to tuck them under. Tuck them under there. And tuck it under there. Make sure you're nice and square. Now, I forgot to mention, there's no right or wrong place to put this in the center. As long as you've got this lined up with the center, you can put it up really high. You can put it up. You can put it down low. It doesn't matter. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, whoops. Okay, so I rubbed the glue off that. I'm going to add just a little bit more. And hold it down. Give it a couple seconds, right? And then I'm just going to fold it together. Pull these out so they're out of your way. And you're just kind of training the card to go where you want it to go. All right, that's all. And I just hold it for just, I don't know, 3 or 4 seconds. Okay. Now watch. Okay. Yep, I didn't get enough glue on. I'm always, if this happens to you, I'm always really cautious with this type of glue because I just make a mess. So sometimes you might have to just go back and just add a little more. It's okay. But there's literally, that's all there is to it. Now, on these edge pieces, okay, because you want something that holds really, really well, and this is going to fold under, right? We're going to use, instead of this glue, all right, we're going to use just a little bit of double-sided tape. Okay, so I'm just going to put one little piece here, and I'm going to put another little piece here. Now, you're going to want to do them both at the same time, which is what I did the first time. Don't do that, okay? Now, remember, we're going to bend this so that your things go inside. We are going to take one side at a time, tear off our tape, and we're going to fold this whole piece under. Now, you're going to want to just fold this under. That's not it. And trust me, I've done it, and that's how I know. Okay, so it's all going to get folded under just like that. Do you see that? I hope. Okay, I'm going to fold it under, and I'm just going to lay it down. Then I'm going to turn it over. Do the same with this side. Take my tape off. Okay, I'm going to fold the whole tree and the tab back and lay it down again. Are you ready? Ta-da! Is that easy? I told you it's easy. 2 pieces of tape, 4 spots of glue. That's all there is to this card. That's it. Now you know how to do the mechanisms for all of the pivot panels in less than, oh gosh, I think it's like, what did I do? 5 minutes, maybe 10. Okay. So finally, I'm going to tell you a little bit about this little guy. Now, again, I would normally use zip dry. For this, I'm not going to. I'm just going to run a nice little fine line up here. All the rest of this card from the front to the back is all decorating. You can spend as much time as you want. Normally, I just spend, all my time figuring out all the pretty stuff that I'm going to put on it. Okay, then when you're done, you're just going to take a pair of scissors and clip this off. Okay, your decorator dies, this little tree. Now, the great thing about Karen's decorator dies, I'm going to get them out and show you, is that they have these little holes. See these little holes? You can use those for embossing, or you can use them as stencils. It's really fun. So if you look at my original card, I hope you can kind of see the embossing. See the little dots where I embossed? And the little lines? All right, but you can also just take a pen, and I'm going to use blue because it's sitting here, which is kind of silly. But if you just put the tree back in its little hole, it acts as a stencil. And you'll notice a lot of these, especially on our animal dies, that helps you do the eyes and the mouth and the nose and all that good stuff. So, look at there. Not adorable? And now you just simply glue them on. Okay, that goes there. You can do different colors if you want. There are little bows and stars and all kinds of stuff to add to them. And that's as easy as this card is, guys. And once you get done decorating, you can add bling, all kinds of stuff. I am going to go over just real quick the border blends. These are fantastic. You're not even going to believe how easy these are. These 3 dies right here. You look at them and go, okay, I can make 3 different borders. No, no, no. You can make all of these borders, okay, simply by changing out the interlocking ends. So if you add this one to this one, and I usually use tape when I run these through, little purple tape back here, removable tape, it'll create this border and this border and this border. Or you can switch them out and do them this way. And it creates a totally different border. And you just keep switching all of these out, and it will make all of these. And right now we have 2 different sets, but in just a week or 2, we might have another one. Yes, definitely, we're going to have another one. So that's your border blends. So I hope this has demystified how hard people think pop-up dies are, because they really aren't. They really aren't. They're super simple. And once I figure out one mechanism, I just want to make like a ton of cards, because people get that in the mail and they're like, how did she do that? Right? So I want you to go out and I want you to make some of these, if you already have the dies, and put them on our Peeps page. Go to our Karen Burniston Peeps page on Facebook. I love to see that. As just a quick reminder before I go, we have a sale category that you can get everything to make this card at 20% off. And these are the dies. Then you also get the other pivot panels on sale as well. So I hope you learned something today. I hope I showed you how easy this was, and have a fabulous, fabulous day. And happy Thanksgiving. Take care.